Hi, my name's Phil Gardner and a warm welcome to Fun with Boxes. Well, today I'm taking a look at another small box card game from Farplace Games, and there have been a few days games to date. First we had Woof Days, then Cat Days, then Dino Days, then Dungeon Days, and the last game I looked at was Space Days. Well, what is the new Days game today? Well, it is Pirate Days. Oh, now that is a very exciting theme that I'm sure is going to attract a lot of people. Well, it's in a small box, but there is something unusual about it. It's not the same size small box. Look. Why on earth could that be? Well, that's because Pirate Days introduces a dice mechanism to the Days games. Ooh. So in Pirate Days, it's a small box card game where you are trying to fill your week with pirates to score the most points. One of these game boxes will allow you to play 2 players, and the games will last around 5 to 15 minutes. So if you wanted to play with more players, you would need a second copy of the game, and if you had the 2 copies, you could play 2 to 4 players. And it's a game designed by Gareth with artwork by Jennifer May Spooner. And I'd like to thank Gareth from Farplace Animal Rescue Charity for sending me a copy of this prototype of Pirate Days. I am super pleased to get this for more than one reason, as you will find out soon. Now, Farplace Games are Farplace Animal Rescue Charity, and Farplace rescues animals and supports other rescues with help through the National Animal Sanctuary Alliance. And you can find out more about the wonderful work the Farplace Animal Rescue Charity do by checking out their website, with the details available on the screen there. And buying any of the Days games, any of the Farplace games, will of course be helping support Farplace Animal Rescue Charity. Now, I did say I was particularly pleased and excited to get hold of a prototype copy of this game because, drumroll please, I'm featured in the game. Yes, it's Pirate Phil. Look. Looks exactly like me. How absolutely fantastic. So I am particularly pleased to actually be in a board game. Wow, I never thought that would happen. So a big thanks to Gareth there for doing that for me. I really do appreciate that. It's such good fun. So we're going to take a look at how to set up and play a game of Pirate Days. But before we do that, let's take a Fun with Boxes look at what you get in a game of Pirate Days. Shiver me timbers. Now, the rules for Pirate Days are very straightforward. In fact, they come on just one simple card. Let's go through the setup first. First thing a player does is set up their weak cards in a row on the table. So here I have, just for an example, these are my board of cards, and this is my opponent's board of cards. Then you need to take your deck of playing cards and remove from them 2 crow nests, because each player is going to get a crow's nest and then an additional 4 cards at random from the deck. So take the deck, give that a very good shuffle, and then you would deal each player an additional 4 cards each, which will mean each player will get a hand of 5 cards. And then pop the deck of cards in easy reach of all players. And there you have it. That's how you set up a game of Pirate Days. Now, playing a game of Pirate Days is very straightforward. First, you pick a starting player at random, and then that player takes their turn followed by the next player, and then back to the first player, and so on. And on your turn, you can do one of two actions. You can either play a card from your hand, following the instructions at the bottom of the card onto a board, or instead of playing a card, you can draw a card from the top of the deck and add that to your hand. And once you've done that, it's the next player's turn. So here are the rules for placing cards. Pirates must be placed on an empty space unless the card says to play it on top of another pirate. And top pirate means just the top card on a day. And pirates means all pirates on that day, keeping the stack intact. The aim of the game is to fill up your week with pirates. And as soon as one person has filled up their week with pirates, then the game immediately ends and everyone then adds up the points on all of their pirate cards that are on their shipboard. And the person with the highest points will win. And in the event of a tie, whoever has the most pirates on their board from those who tied will win. So let's take a look at some of these cards and see how they interact with each other and how you play them. So let's take a look at the Pirate Captain, and this will be worth 7 points at the end of the game, and you can play this on Monday to Sunday on your own ship. But what it also says, if you already have a Pirate Captain, then you must remove the other one. So we can play this on any day on our ship. Just pop our captain on to Friday. What I will do, just for the sake of an example, is put some random cards down onto the opposing player's ship there. So this again is my ship and this is my opponent. They have played a card, so it's now my turn. So normally I would have a hand of 5 cards, but I'm just going to go through some of the cards as an example. So now I could play Sea Dog, and I can play it on any day on my own ship next to a captain or a first mate only. So I could pop Sea Dog down there onto Thursday because it is next to my Pirate Captain. Now, however, our opponent is going to play Berserker Pirate, and this says to play on any day on your own ship and challenge an opponent on the same day. And we would both roll a die and the loser is removed, and in the event of a tie, both are removed. So this is a very nasty card. For example, my opponent could play it on Thursday, directly challenging my card on Thursday, and we would both roll a die and see what happens. Well, they've rolled a 6 and we've rolled an 8. Hurrah! So this would mean that the loser is removed. Oh dear, there's a shame. So here we have another example. This is the Pirate Deserter, and this can be played on any day and on any ship adjacent to another pirate who immediately deserts the ship, that is, apart from captains. Also removing any plus scoring items, and a plus scoring item will have a plus sign at the top there. If a choice of pirate, the defending player chooses which to remove. So in this example, what I could do is play this here, which will cause the Sea Dog to desert. So when you're playing cards, follow the instructions on the cards, because some cards you can only play on your own ship, but there will be cards that you can play on either yours or an opponent's ship. And what you will be doing is constantly battling against each other, trying to remove cards or perhaps lower their value, or perhaps add cards to increase the value on the cards you have in play. So we'll take a look at one more, and we'll take a look at Pirate Phil, who of course is me. How rather wonderful. So with Pirate Phil, you play on any day on your own ship and move a pirate from any day on your own ship to an adjacent day to play games. So for example, we have a deckhand here which is only worth 1 point. Well, I could play this onto any day and then move a pirate from any day to an adjacent day to play some games with me, to play some board games with me, and that's what that reference is. So I could take the Pirate Captain and move him to the day adjacent to me. So now my Wednesday is worth 7 points instead of 1. Now there are a number of other cards in the game. So we did start off with a crow's nest in our hand of 5 starting cards. And this allows you to play on your own ship from Tuesday to Saturday, and then you can place a second pirate there who will also score. And if placed on a pile of pirates, one of the top 2 is moved to the crow's nest. Now we have a number of other cards as well that you could have. So let's take a look at some of these. So we've got the ship's cat. And the ship's cat you can play it on Friday or Saturday on your own ship, and it does not fill up the day without a pirate. We have a parrot here. How very appropriate. A ship's cat and now a parrot. And we can play it on any pirate on our board to score an additional 2 points. And now we come on to some cards there that we just play and they will have effects. We don't necessarily play them onto a ship. So this is the cannon. Ignore the printing on the card here. This is a prototype version. And what this does is allows you to roll a d8 and blast a pirate from the day rolled from any player's ship. And it also blasts the crow's nest and any items or accompanying cards. So a very powerful and dangerous card. And you would roll your dice. And Saturday, I would blast this pirate thief off the ship, for example. Next we have walk the plank. Play on any pirate on any ship to steal into your hand, including the map and or a parrot. So you could just play it on a pirate and steal that into their hand. Next we have the super cannon, and roll a die and blast a pirate from the day rolled and adjacent days. Whew, so that's a tricky one. If that was played against me, they would roll and they would blast a Friday. So there's no pirate there, but they would also blast these away. And finally we got shiver me timbers. Swap a pirate on any day with a pirate on the same day. And like I say, the game will end once there's a pirate on each day of the week on your ship. And as soon as that happens, the game ends and everyone adds up their points. So for example, I would score 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points. And my opponent would score 2, 4, 7, 8, 15 points. And the person with the highest score wins. And that's how you play Pirate Days. Well, there we have it, Pirate Days, featuring some 8-sided dice there, adding an extra twist to the day games. And what brutal fun these dice are. Oh my goodness. Just like the other days games, there is an element of take that in their games. But in Pirate Days, it takes it up quite a notch. So you can expect to get very, very excited and animated over this game because it is going to be highly interactive as you are shooting cannons by rolling dice and getting pirates to walk the plank, or you really are going to be messing with each other's plans as both your ships come together and battle it out in this rather clever small box Pirate Days game. I think this one is the most aggressive days game out there by some margin. So do bear that in mind when you are playing the game. It's all fun. If your plans get thwarted, then never mind, set it up and play it again. Because the games only last 5 to 15 minutes, so there's no need to be all hot under the collar just because you were made to walk the plank. You just need to jump back on that ship and get your revenge on the other captains. Well, I do hope that you've enjoyed taking a look at Pirate Days, the latest days game from Farplace animal rescue charity Farplace Games. And it is an interesting one, like I say, because of the dice mechanism, it really does change things up quite a bit. Well, I do hope you enjoyed taking a look at the game with me. If you did, please click that old like button and also hit the subscribe button too. That would be fantastic and would really help to grow the channel. And In the meantime, as always, thanks so much for watching. Please do take care, and bye for now. Arr, Jim lad.